Oh, Nat, what's the confidence been like in the team after last week's resounding win?
Yeah, it's been good. There's been like a decent amount of confidence, but it's been like quite channeled into like a quiet determination to keep the momentum going. Whilst there's been like a good vibe and good hype and scoring 5 goals, especially our first from open play, has given the girls like a huge amount of confidence, but also like let's not get carried away, let's keep the momentum. So again, like I talked about how professional I thought they were at half time, and that's continued throughout the week. So we know we haven't necessarily travelled amazingly, so that's kind of the next goal now as we continue to build through the season.
Yeah, because how important is it to now build on this win? You know, you can win, you can score goals from open play, but there are still some teams you can catch. So yeah, how important is it that you win more games from here? Yeah,
super important. I think it's important. I've been saying the whole season I felt a result was coming and we were building and we were progressing. Whilst the results weren't showing that necessarily, having a big win like that gives you that confidence, gives the players the belief that what we're trying to do is going to work. And now if we can back that up, then the season really strong, then it all kind of becomes worth it and gives that players real good confidence heading into World Cups, 20s camps, into a next season as well with more experience.
Yeah, and after such an emphatic performance, do you stick with the same 11 that you did?
That's a bit of inside information. I think it will be pretty hard to change. I think everyone thoroughly, and even throughout the season, whether they started, came on or have been part of the group, the trainings have been really so competitive to push everyone. So I can't see many changes happening this weekend. We'll see how everyone pulls up today.
Yeah, we saw like a pretty amazing assist from Gomez late in the game. How come we haven't seen much of her this season? Yeah,
Gomez came in with a bit of an injury, and so we were getting her back, and then players were just performing. And again, like maybe not results wise, but I didn't feel we needed to make too many changes to our midfield. When you bring in Betsy, Chloe's performing really well. We've played Rolo there. Obviously Alyssa's played there as well. So she's kind of just had to fight for her place, and I think that's like credit to her. She's done a great job. She's got into the 16, she's getting more minutes, and then we ask all our players to come on and make an impact, and she certainly did that.
Yeah, what do you think of the pass?
Oh, it was great. She tries them all the time, those little no-look passes, and I thought it was super bright. Great run by Betsy, really, really, really clever play from Izzy. And we know that that's what she can do. She has a difference about her to some of our other midfielders. So we talk about our 16 as a whole, and just because you're not starting isn't necessarily because you're not performing. It may be that in certain moments of the game you can offer something different, and that's certainly what Izzy did when we signalled that she was kind of done.
Yeah, and with Lily, so a few weeks ago, I think it was a week ago, lots of football's happened since then, you mentioned she had like a back issue that sort of cropped up. So what's the latest on her, when you're going to get her back?
Yeah, unknown. I can't put a time frame on it. She's seen the docs and she's got some meds for her back. So yeah, she's definitely not walking like a 90-year-old anymore this week. So she'll hopefully be back pretty soon. And yeah, she'll have to push Bree now, because I think we can see that Bree has grown throughout the season and getting her first clean sheet. So we're in a pretty exciting position when Lil gets back, that those two will be battling it out a little bit with Candy right on their heels as well.
Yeah, but you are confident that you will see her involved at some stage this season?
Yes, that's the plan.
Just a word on Millie Creek.
Yeah.
A breakthrough performance. I guess, how special a talent do we have on our hands here?
Yeah. Mill, she's got something special. She's got something that probably not many players do have, that just eye for goal. If you could, the confidence she gained from that performance, you should see her in training this week. She just hasn't put her foot wrong. I think it's still really important that we're really careful. She's only just turned 17. She's so well grounded. She like her parents have been in high performance, so she doesn't get ahead of herself. And I think it's really important for us that we're also really patient with her. I hope, and I can see her performance is just getting better and better, but she is super, super young. So we've been patient with her so far. We will continue to do that and to develop areas of her game that she needs to. But yeah, I think we're going to see lots of Millie throughout the years, and she's pretty exciting.
How far away from the football first debut do you think we are from seeing that?
Yeah, unsure. I think, you know, like she has to perform more consistently probably at this level. I'm sure she'll be given opportunities to kind of like dip her toe into that environment and start transitioning into that. She's still got another cycle of 20s. She went to the 20s early, so she's still able to have international football, have professional football. She still hasn't made a decision on kind of what path she wants to take. So I think that she can start to transition into that environment pretty soon. But again, we just got to be really careful with these young ones that we're not placing too much pressure onto them at such a young stage, because she is exciting. She knows that, and we talk about it a lot. So if we can help her develop in her areas and keep her performances consistent, then yeah, a Ferns call-up wouldn't be too far away.
Did you notice a bit of a sort of a psychological, emotional change with the players that came back from Ferns camp before the 5-0 win? Was there a change, did you notice, in dynamic?
Maybe a little bit. I think one of the things we talked about with them was using the experience of playing against the States as a positive rather than an excuse to be fatigued. And they were fatigued, like anyone that's been into a camp environment. So we travelled to Perth. The Perth game was really mentally tough, and the travel. And then they go straight into a camp, and it's a match day -1, and it's here, the excitement around and the nervousness about playing the States. You know, Wiz makes her debut, Betsy plays 90. They then go straight to Auckland, they come back, they basically leave the game, come back. So like the mental and physical fatigue was there, and we knew it would be, and we knew we had to manage that. But when you've gone from playing the States, the best team in the world, you can use that kind of adrenaline and experience, and almost like how hard that was to lift everyone. And what everyone did, which is really real credit to the group, is that the players that came back from the Ferns used that experience to lift. And then the players that were here working really hard with us as well used like their themselves to lift the Ferns players through that fatigue. And you know, I'm really pleased that we managed to get those goals. So like we were always going to bring those players off, but it just made it a bit easier to say bring a Wiz off a little bit earlier and not have to rely on Mackenzie Barry at the back. So yeah, both groups kind of came together and used each other to like help lift for that performance, for sure.
What did by playing Betsy higher up, like what did that sort of change to the midfield and the attack, do you think? Yeah,
she's been screaming to be playing a bit higher, and I was like, oh, we kind of need you getting on the ball a little bit. But Chloe's really developed that part of her game, so we just thought that she's a bit of a wriggler. She's pretty quick. She makes really good runs, and yeah, we kind of saw that she was freer. She was able to just be free and play her game and bring other players into it. So yeah, I was really pleased that she could play higher, and yeah, it kind of worked. So yeah, we were stoked for her.
Yeah, and Ava's goal, you know, straight after half time, what will that sort of do for her confidence? Because she obviously had that chance earlier in the game. There's been a few other games where she's had a couple of chances that have sort of gone begging.
Yeah, I think again it's been coming, and we've just been like, be patient with her, because a goal is going to happen. And when you look at actually her performance as a whole, she's starting to play like a proper number 9, holding the ball up, being strong, drawing fouls, pressing well. She works incredibly hard, but now she's added to her game. She's playing with a little bit more intelligence. Look at the ball she played through to Millie for our second goal. She held the ball up beautifully, just really, really well placed pass, and her run for the goal, and she maybe could have had 1 or 2 more. So her confidence, again, like her and Millie are pushing each other in training all the time with their goals. Her confidence has gone up, but she's also super critical on herself, and she is like, well, I should have had 3. So whilst we're like, yeah, Ava, really, really good performance, really happy with how you're progressing, she's always striving for more. And I think that that's such a really cool high performance mindset that's also not too much that it's unhealthy. So yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot more from Ava.